Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the December 7th, 2020 meeting of the Albany County Legislature. My name is Andrew Joyce, and I serve as chair of the Albany County Legislature. Whether you're watching this meeting via our YouTube stream or listening to it via telephone, you can tell we have not been able to return to our normal chambers. As previously done, we must move forward with the people's business remotely. Our rules allow for a period of public comment before our meetings. In accordance with the guidance provided by the governor, our own county executive, and the Commissioner of Health, we are managing the public forum virtually. I would like to note that the information for participation in tonight's public forum has been on the legislature's website since last week. This is the same format we have used since the pandemic began, which has produced robust public discourse over the last 2 months. Speakers will be allowed 5 minutes each. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Eston,
Here.
Brewski,
Here.
Bergdorf,
Here.
Chapman,
Here.
Clay, Clary,
Here.
Camiso,
Here.
Cunningham,
Here.
Demolowitz,
Here.
Drake,
Here.
Efacoro,
Here.
Ethier, Feeney,
Here.
Fine,
Here.
Grimm,
Here.
Andrew Joyce,
Here.
Ray Joyce,
Here.
Kuhn,
Here.
Langdon,
Here.
Lakakis,
Here.
Lockhart,
Here.
Mariello,
Here.
Mayo,
Here.
McLaughlin, McLean Lane,
Here.
Miller,
Here.
O'Brien,
Present.
Purley,
Here.
Peter,
Here.
Plosky,
Here.
Reedy,
Here.
Reinhardt,
Here.
Ricard,
Present.
Simpson,
Here.
Smith, Tunney,
Here.
Ward,
Here.
Whalen,
Here.
Willingham,
Present.
.36 present.
Folks, that was a near perfect roll call. I am so proud. Mr. Clay, are you on? Mr. Ethier? Mr. Smith? Okay, we'll be sure to get you in once we see you.
No,
Madam Clerk, please identify the first speaker.
it is Ronnie Minter.
Ronnie, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go right ahead.
Hello. First, thank you for allowing me to take the time to speak to you all. My name is Ronnie Minter, and I'm representing the Freedom Unshackled Coalition. And we are here to be in support of a proclamation that some of you may have read regarding clemency in the state of New York. Our goal is for Governor Cuomo to agree to grant clemencies 4 times a year with the minimum of 6 applications awarded time computations. Because if you aren't aware, clemencies, there's 2 parts to executive clemency. There are the pardons, and that's mostly for people who've already done their time and they're looking to have their record kind of go away so they can seek employment and stuff like that. And there's the time computations, which would allow somebody to go in front of a parole board and present themselves. So clemency is a crucial part of clemency justice reform because it reduces the thousands of American citizens incarcerated today due to cruelly long sentences. We are requesting that the governor does clemency 4 times a year. Currently, Governor Cuomo, or the governors, period, have only given clemency sort of like a Christmas present during the Christmas season. Matter of fact, they're having a clemency rally outside of the governor's mansion here in Albany right now as we speak. So just for some historical background, Governor Carey issued 155 time computations. Governor Mario Cuomo issued 37, Governor Pataki issued 32, and at the end of 2019, Governor Cuomo only issued 11 time computations. He ran on a platform of strengthening and working with defense attorneys to do more with clemencies. Currently, there are 1,800 applications on his desk. We're not asking to introduce any laws, to change any laws. We're not asking to change anything of the requirements and what's the guidelines for clemency. We're just asking him which he can do 4 times a year. And we're really hoping that some of you will sign on to the proclamation to support our efforts at the Freedom Unshackled Coalition. We already have a resolution that was unanimously passed through the Common Council for the same thing. Any questions?
Is that all, Ronnie?
Yes, sir.
Okay, unfortunately, we are not allowed to question you, and you are not allowed to question us, but I will say we do have a proclamation in draft here in the legislature on this subject. I don't know if Mr. Fine is on. He wants to talk on this too.
Yes, I just encourage everyone to sign on. Thank you, Ronnie, for speaking on this. I think Ronnie explained how important this is much better than I could, so I'll leave it at that. But there is a proclamation, so please, if you'd like to sign on, please email Nicole Antonucci about it. I think it's very important that we speak up on this issue.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Fine. We're doing a bit more research on the subject, but again, Mr. Fine did submit a proclamation to this issue. We have it here, and that will be out for wider circulation soon. So thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Our pleasure. Thank you. Happy holidays.
You too, and everyone stay safe.
Too. Is there anyone else in this meeting who would like to make a public comment? Hearing none, the public forum is now closed. And before we call our meeting to order for the month of December, we'd like to recognize our Beyond the Call Award recipient for the month of December. And tonight we are very happy to have none other than Mr. Mark King, who is the Executive Director of the Mohawk Hudson Land Conservancy. As many of you know, the Mohawk Hudson Land Conservancy has 20 preserves that are open to the public for recreational activities such as walking, hiking, snowshoeing, and cross-country skiing all over the county. They're a tremendous asset for us. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, the Mohawk Hudson Land Conservancy took it upon itself to create numerous events to provide a sense of normalcy for residents and became the host site for scavenger hunts, virtual hikes, guided forest therapy, and a number of the visitors quadrupled, and the parking lots overfilled as individuals enjoyed the outdoor activities made available by the Mohawk Hudson Land Conservancy while following all CDC and state rules and regulations. Been a great asset to Albany County, and we're so proud to recognize the Mohawk Hudson Land Conservancy this month for stepping up and going beyond the call in the fight against COVID-19. I believe we have Mr. King, and Mr. King, if you'd like, you can say a few words.
Well, I'd like to say thank you very much to all of you. I know a lot of you personally, and I appreciate what you all do. And on behalf of the Land Conservancy, I really want to thank the wonderful staff and volunteers. We not only have an outpouring of people enjoying the preserves and enjoying nature, but we have an outpouring of volunteers who are helping out and keeping the trails clear and making sure things are safe and comfortable for people to escape into nature. And I also want to thank a great group of people, and that is the ambassadors on the rail trail. That is a group of volunteers under our wing that go out and make sure the rail trail is clean and safe. And as you all know, I'm sure that the rail trail has been immensely popular during this situation. So we appreciate the recognition, and we'll just say thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. King. Keep up the great work.
Will do.
Now I'd like to call our December meeting to order. I'd like to ask our Deputy Chair and Chair of our Audit and Finance Committee, Wanda Willingham, and the members of the Audit and Finance Committee to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, folks. I'd like to remind everyone to please mute if you're not going to speak.
Andrew, does Nicole have me present for the public hearing?
Mr. Ethier, we have you. Welcome.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're going to do a roll momentarily. We'll make sure we got everyone that we didn't have prior. Prior to calling the roll, as we do seemingly each month, I often say the Albany County Legislature is a big family. When we lose a member of our extended family, we want to mark that and pay our respects. Before we call our roll and begin our meeting, I'd like everyone to join me in a moment of silence for Mr. Purley's brother, Gordon, who recently passed, Ms. Cunningham's father, Earl, who recently passed, and Linda Ware, who is the niece of our own Wanda Willingham and Carolyn McLaughlin. I'd also like to note today is the 79th anniversary or commemoration of the date, which will live in infamy, the attack on Pearl Harbor, where thousands of Americans were killed and wounded, awoke the sleeping giant, and precipitated our entrance into the World War II. So we'd like to please join me in a moment of silence before we begin our meeting. Thank you, everyone. I'd like to again ask Madam Clerk to please call the roll.
Beston,
Present.
Brewski,
Here.
Bergdorf,
Here.
Chapman,
Here.
Clay, Cleary,
Here.
Camiso,
Here.
Cunningham,
Here.
Demolowitz,
Here.
Drake,
Here.
Efacoro,
Here.
Ethier,
Here.
Feeney,
Here.
Fine,
Here.
Grimm,
Here.
Andrew Joyce,
Here.
Ray Joyce,
Here.
Kuhn,
Here.
Langdon,
Here.
Lakakis,
Here.
Lockhart,
Here.
Muriello,
Here.
Mayo,
Here.
McLaughlin, McLean Lane,
McLaughlin
Here.
is here.
Miller,
Here.
O'Brien,
Here.
Hurley,
Here.
Peter,
Here.
Plosky,
Here.
Reedy,
Here.
Reinhardt,
Here.
Ricard,
Present.
Simpson,
Here.
Smith, Ward,
Here.
I'm sorry, Tunney,
Here.
Whalen,
Here.
Willingham, Wanda,
She's here.
Here. Can you hear me now?
yes,
Okay, thank you.
37 present.
Thank you, Clerk. I'd like to make note of additional sponsors with the clerk. First item under previous business, please, number 448.
Authorizing an agreement with the Advanced Albany County Alliance and amending the 2020 Albany County budget.
For those of you who aren't aware, this is a funding for our local development corporation, the Advanced Albany County Alliance. This could not come along in a more critical time in our county's history. I really appreciate all the great work and support that has gone into this measure, and I support it wholeheartedly. Thank you.
Add Gary to it.
You've got
Add Gary. I was supposed to be on it last month.
We've got you.
Thank you.
Me too, Andrew.
Add everybody. Add
Yes,
everybody.
Stand by,
Yes, please.
Mr. Bergdorf. He is muted. Okay.
No, he's literally muted. I can't hear him.
Mr. Bergdorf, you're muted.
I'm very sorry. I had asked to be a co-sponsor. Well,
Okay, is there anyone in this meeting, this remote meeting, who does not want to be a co-sponsor of 448?
And I'd like to be added to 449.
Gotcha. All those in favor of item 448?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
The 448 passes unanimous.
Aye.
I just loved hearing her tell the story.
For 449, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the Advance Albany County Alliance for the purposes of providing services to assist the economic recovery of Albany County and amending the 2020 Albany County budget.
Thank you. Mr. Peter?
Mr. Chairman, thank you for recognizing me. I rise to make an amendment to Resolution 449. The CERT task force that you had assembled of myself, Chairwoman Willingham, and Mr. Purley got together with Kevin O'Connor, tasked obviously in charge of the LDC we have created and funded. And he made just 2 recommendations. And those recommendations are the amendments I'd like to introduce. The first being that the small business grants go up from 2,500 to a maximum of 5,000. This was advised to allow for flexibility and make sure that we could give the right amount of funding to those small businesses to make sure that the funding was effective in keeping them open. And the second was to allow for the Advance Albany County Alliance to be authorized to enter into agreements with other entities for the purposes of expediting or otherwise managing the distribution of small business grants as set forth herein.
Nice.
Anybody have any questions?
Second.
Well, we didn't vote yet. Hold on a second, Gary. Mr. Demolis. Mr. Ward, I see your hand is raised.
Are you recognizing me, Mr. Chair?
I am.
I just have a question or a comment more than anything. I just want to be sure that if we do subcontract the grant administration, which I totally understand because it would be a big task for a startup, for Kevin as a starting up the LDC. I just want to make sure that we don't eat up all of our grant funding with administrative fees. That's all. I think we should be careful of that.
Thank you. Mr. Peter?
Yes, that's a completely understandable concern. But Schenectady County and some others did previously go with things like the Community Loan Fund, which again, very low costs. They did it, I understand, very effectively. So I think that was the type of situation that they were looking for, which makes complete sense, and your concern is completely valid. But I think they're going for what's been effective throughout the region and very low cost to distribute those funds.
Thank you, Mr. Peter. Ms. Willingham?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. One of the things that I would like to say about this, when we were looking at different ways in which we could maintain some semblance of hope for the communities and for Albany County, we realized when we did this, the CERT and all of the different things that we spoke about and heard from different small business owners especially, we knew that this local development corporation was definitely needed. And in all of the papers that were read and everything that research that we came across, this couldn't have came at a better time. And as you well know, Sean, when you advocated to get someone in that position some years ago, you talked about how sorely needed we were in need of, the director. And we have Mr. O'Connor now, and this is something that your group, as well as others, have come up with. And I just can't see anything that is wrong with this. I think it's a bold move. I think it's something.
It's good to see you guys, John and Shari. Good to see you guys.
Carolyn. I think it's a bold.
Hey, what's all that conversation?
Ms. Willingham has the floor. If you're not speaking, please mute. Thank you.
I think this is a bold move, and there was a lot of work put into this by yourself and others too. So I think this was one of the best things that we have done in moving this forward, and to move the county forward too, to make sure that businesses are developed in Albany County. So this is a great move. And naturally, I'm going to support it, and I'm hoping everybody else will too, because this is money that is well spent and that we're going to benefit from in the future.
Mr. Simpson.
Oh yeah, I just want to have my name added, and the real problem we have is that the federal Republicans don't understand that if we don't have money at the local level spent, we'll never get the economy back. And the money given to people who need it is the best way to stimulate the economy. So I don't know how we're going to get out of the big problem, but put my name on this too, please.
Thank you. We will. Mr. Purley,
Andrew, put my name on it too, please.
we got you. Mr. Purley?
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just wanted to say, as the third member of the COVID task force and also as a Republican, I support Mr. Peters' amendments, and also want to again acknowledge Chairwoman Willingham's very even-handed leadership of this very important task force.
Okay, thank you. On the amendment to 449, all those in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman.
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, the amendment to 449 passes. Item 449 as amended, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, 449 as amended passes unanimous. Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you, everyone. Item
Mr. Chairman.
450, please. $450, please.
Amending the 2020 Albany County budget to provide funding for the commissions on redistricting.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? For 450 passes unanimous. Okay, first item under current business for 452, please.
Amending resolution number 13 for 2019 regarding the pilot restaurant congregate dining program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? The 452 passes unanimous. For 453, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Life Path regarding home delivered meals for seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 453 passes unanimous. I'd like to note that Mr. Clay has joined us. Good evening, Mr. Clay.
Your mother left you with a legacy that.
Carolyn?
I'm trying. I can't. I'm sorry.
No apologies. Take your time. But again, folks, I'll remind you, if you're not speaking, please try to mute. Okay, 454, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Peter Young Industries regarding home delivered meals for seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
He passed the turn down.
454 passes unanimous. For 455, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Senior Projects of Ravina regarding home delivered meals for seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 455 passes unanimous. 456, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Life Path regarding congregate meal services for seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 456 passes unanimous. 457, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Colony Senior Service Centers regarding congregate meal services for seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 457 passes unanimous. 458, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Senior Projects of Ravina regarding congregate meal services for seniors.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
458 passes unanimous. 459, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Thompson Reuters regarding Westlaw Legal Research Services software.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 459 passes unanimous. For 460, please.
Authorizing an information sharing access agreement with the United States Department of Homeland Security and the Federal Emergency Management Agency for National Flood Insurance Program data.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 60 passes unanimous. 461, please.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding the Building Resilient and Fracture and Communities Grant.
Denote my abstention. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 461 passes, 1 abstention. 462, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Central Square Technologies to upgrade the CPES and network components of the E911 system.
And I'd like to note my abstention. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 462 passes with 1 abstention. 463, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Stop DWI Foundation regarding the Stop DWI statewide crackdown high visibility enforcement grant.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman, could you please just note my abstention? This is Vicky.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Plowski. We have it.
Thank you.
Several Bay Area counties have put 33 million people, nearly the entire state.
Mr. Ethier, if you could mute, if at all possible. All those in favor on 463?
Aye.
Opposed? 463 passes with 1 abstention. 464, please.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services regarding the 2020-21 Live Scan Equipment Grant.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? For 464 passes, unanimous. 465, please.
Authorizing agreements with participating municipalities regarding emergency medical technician services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 465 passes, unanimous. 466, please.
Authorizing agreements with participating municipalities regarding advanced life support services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 466 passes, unanimous. 467, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Trinity Services Group regarding food service at the Albany County Corrections and Rehabilitative Services Center.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 467 passes, unanimous. For 468, please.
Adopting a general fund balance policy for Albany County.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 468 passes, unanimous. 469, please.
Amending the 2020 Albany County budget bonded indebtedness reserve.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 469 passes, unanimous. Just leave yourself for a second. Stand by a moment, folks. Okay, folks, council has advised that there's been an update to the language on 470, been sent to your devices. Clerk, please read 470.
Bond resolution of the County of Albany, New York, adopted December 7th, 2020, authorizing various capital improvements for the Department of Public Works, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $12,721,000, appropriating said amount therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $12,721,000 of serial bonds of said county to finance said appropriation.
Long roll call, please.
Beston,
Favor.
Brewski,
Aye.
Bergdorf, Bergdorf. Chapman.
Favor.
Clay.
Yes.
Clary.
In favor.
Camiso.
Something that
she doesn't tell you she needs something.
Cunningham.
Fact that you asked.
Yes.
Demolowitz.
Yes.
Drake.
Yes.
Efacoro.
Here.
Ethier.
yes,
Feeny.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Grimm.
Yes.
Andrew Joyce.
Yes.
Ray Joyce.
Yes.
Kuhn.
Yes.
Langdon.
Yes.
Lakakis.
Yes.
Lockhart.
Yes.
Murriello.
Yes.
Mayo.
Yes.
McLaughlin.
Yes.
McLean Lane.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
O'Brien.
Yes.
Hurley.
Yes.
Peter.
Yes.
Flosky.
Yes.
Reedy.
Yes.
Reinhardt.
Yes.
Ricard.
Aye.
Simpson.
Yes.
Smith. Tunney.
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Whalen.
Yes.
Willingham.
Yes.
Bergdorf.
Tommy's got himself muted.
Mr. Bergdorf, you are muted.
I apologize. I'm going to vote yes, but you had indicated that there was something sent to our devices. Do you know when that happened or where that was?
It was an email today, wasn't it?
There was an update sent to the devices earlier today. The change is the removal of the project code.
The project code. Okay. For which project?
I believe it was the project code that was in previously in section 1.
And where can I find that? Under could you identify the project, please?
I believe it is the project code was in reference to all of the projects for the DPW bond resolution.
And what is the net effect of taking out the project codes?
My understanding is that it was at the comptroller's request to make it easier to take it out to Wall Street for bidding purposes.
Okay, so it has no effect on the projects. It's a question of, it's not like we took a project out or put a project in.
No, that was not
Thank
done.
you. Thank you very much. I vote affirmatively.
Thank you, Mr. Bergdorf.
Unanimous.
Okay, 470 passes unanimous. 471, please.
Amending the 2020 Department of Residential Healthcare Facilities budget.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
471 passes unanimous. 472, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the United States Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs regarding the comprehensive opioid, stimulant, and substance abuse program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? 472 passes unanimous. For 473, please.
Authorizing the cancellation and chargeback of an unenforceable delinquent real property tax lien on 166 3rd Street in the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 473 passes unanimous. 474, please.
Authorizing a correction to the tax roll for the town of Bethlehem.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 474 passes unanimous. 475, please.
Rescinding the authorization to convey real property pursuant to resolution number 250 for 2019 and authorizing the conveyance of 507 Bradford Street and 509 Bradford Street, located in the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 475 passes unanimous. 476, please.
Rescinding the authorization to convey real property pursuant to resolution number 439 for 2020 and authorizing the conveyance of 542 First Street located in the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 476 passes unanimous. 477, please.
Amending the 2020 Department of Mental Health budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 477 passes unanimous. Before I have the clerk read 478, I'd like to note that the same update that we applied to 470 has been applied to 478 as well. Clerk, please read item number 478.
Bond resolution of the County of Albany, New York, adopted December 7th, 2020, authorizing the undertaking of a capital project for the Albany County Sheriff's Office Public Safety Building, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $2,200,000, appropriating said amount therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $2,200,000 of serial bonds of said county to finance said appropriation.
Long roll call, please.
Dustin,
In favor.
Brewski,
Aye.
Bergdorf,
Aye.
Chapman,
Aye.
Clay, Perry,
In favor?
Camisso,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Demalowitz,
Yes.
Drake,
Yes.
Efacoro,
Yes.
Ethier,
Yes.
Feeney,
Yes.
Fine,
Yes.
Grimm,
Yes.
Andrew Joyce,
Yes.
Ray Joyce,
Yes.
Hune,
Yes.
Langdon,
Yes.
Lakakis,
Yes.
Lockhart, Lockhart,
I'm sorry, yes.
Muriello,
Yes.
Mayo,
Yes.
McLaughlin,
Yes.
McLean Lane,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Hurley,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Plosky,
Yes.
Reedy,
Aye.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Ricard,
Aye.
Simpson,
Yes.
Tunney,
Yes.
Ward,
Yes.
Whalen,
Aye.
Willingham,
Yes.
unanimous.
All right, 478 passes unanimous. For 479, please.
Confirming the appointment of the Director of the Albany County Real Property Tax Service Agency.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
479 passes unanimous. Congratulations, Mr. McGuire. For 480, please.
Confirming the appointment of a member to the Albany County Airport Authority.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? 480 passes unanimous. Congratulations. For 481, please.
Appointing a member to the Albany County Ethics Commission.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 481 passes unanimous. Congratulations, Mr. Clark. 482, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Appalachia LLC regarding the purchase of road salt for the control of snow and ice on state and county roads.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 482 passes unanimous. 483, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Polydyne Inc. to supply the water purification district with liquid polymer.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? 483 passes unanimous. 484, please.
Authorizing an agreement with County Waste and Recycling Services regarding rubbish removal at various county facilities.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Clary?
I'd like to abstain from 484, 485, and 486.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
All those in favor of 484?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 484 passes with one abstention. 485, please.
Authorizing an agreement with New York State Industries for the disabled regarding custodial services at the Family Court Building.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 485 passes with one abstention.
Chairman,
Yes, Mr.
I
Clary.
abstain from it 485, 486.
We got you. Thank you.
Thank you.
485 passes with one abstention. 486, please.
Authorizing an agreement with New York State Industries for the disabled regarding custodial services at the Traditional Center Building.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? 486 passes with one abstention. 487, please.
Authorizing an agreement with CT Mail Associates regarding professional architectural and engineering services for various Albany County projects.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? 487 passes unanimous. 488, please.
Authorizing a utility easement to Niagara Mohawk Power Corporation regarding the installation of electric vehicle charging stations at 304 Madison Avenue in the city of Albany.
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Joyce, are you abstaining?
Yes,
Figured.
thank you.
That's your abstention. All those in favor of 488?
Aye.
Opposed? 488 passes with one abstention. 489, please.
Authorizing and directing the Board of Elections to certify its expenses regarding the 2019 election cycle.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 489 passes unanimous. 490, please.
Adoption of the Albany County budget for fiscal year 2021.
Thank you. Anyone like to speak on the budget for 2021?
Yes, I raised my hand.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Willingham.
Okay, thank you, thank you. First of all, I just want to thank everyone that participated. The participation by the members was the best participation that I have seen in the 20 years that I have spent on the legislature. We set records with the number of people that attended the hearings. I was very proud of that fact. I was also proud of the fact that there was a great collaborative effort that went on between the chair's office, the majority's office, and the executive department. And so for the chairman of the legislature and Andrew, I just want to say that you did a terrific job, and along with Mike Morris and Eric Ford, in the negotiation process that went on here. And they deserve kudos, they deserve a hand, because they worked diligently and very hard. And it didn't just start now. This was going back into the late summer. So I'm proud of the legislature's financial plan for 2021 and its programmatic enhancements that support communities and small businesses and economic recovery all across Albany County. As a result of our comprehensive budget process, we did change a lot of things in the way in which we went at the budget. Legislators have constructed a thoughtful plan that will aid families and young people with after-school program funding, as well as provide new efforts to promote workforce development opportunities for young and minority populations. Overall, I just believe that we have the critical resources included in the budget to help those most impacted by this pandemic to begin recovery. And that's what this has been all about, trying to move forward with some hope and putting things in the budget for which we knew is going to propel Albany County forward and not keep us without hope that things are truly going to get better. So thank you, Eric. Thank you, Mike Morris, Pat Collins, and all of those that participated. I know I'm going to leave somebody out, so I better shut up. But anyway, great job. And I'm asking for everyone to support this budget process, which you all played a great role in. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Deputy Chairwoman. Is there anyone else like to speak on the 2021 adoption of the Albany County budget?
This is Carolyn. Can I speak?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I just want to say, as my first opportunity to participate in the budget process for the county, I found it to be very controlled. I don't know if this is normal, but I found that it was very easy to understand what was being put forth. I was able to sit in on as many of the hearings. I think I sat in on all of them at the insistence of the chairperson of the Finance Committee. But I was glad to do that so that I could learn. And I just want to commend her for the way she handled herself as chair of a committee that I know is one of the most important that exists on any body, legislative body, because you have to know how the money flows. And sometimes I would ask questions and she'd tell me, well, this is how we do it here. This is not the city. This is not, and I would, because our process was a little different. And but I appreciate what I was learned through the process. I appreciate her leadership. And I just want to thank all of you for what I learned from Mr. Bergdorf, from your many questions that you proposed and other members. Even though sometimes I may have not known the right question to ask, but someone else of the whole body might ask a question that was very, shed a light on things that were of concern to me. So I appreciate my first experience was a very positive one, and I'm proud to support the document and the programmatic plans that are being put forth today.
Thank you, Ms. McLaughlin. Isn't it great to have a sibling you can refer to in this body for good advice and good counsel? And I'm wondering, Ms. McLaughlin, did your sibling swing on you or throw anything at you in this process?
I just had to duck out of the way. That's
okay.
all.
I'll advise you on that process, but it is great. It's a great perspective to have, and we appreciate that.
Mr. Chairman?
Is that Mr. Graham?
Yes.
Mr. Graham.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate the work everyone did on the budget. It's a $719 million task. And it's not easy. I'm going to support it because it does cut the county tax rate. I think one of the most important things we can do for people is let them keep more of their own money. I wish the tax cut could be bigger, but I understand we have 39 members and 39 different perspectives on things. But all in all, I can support this budget, and I thank everyone who participated. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Graham. Is there anyone else who'd like to speak on the 2021 budget adoption? Okay, thank you. Before we vote, I wanted to thank the county executive for proposing a clean budget, despite the very clear and incredible challenges that we all have. I think we see what's going on in the municipalities across the state where there are layoffs and budget cuts, and somehow, some way, they pulled off a miracle and gave us something very airtight and good to work with and clean. So I give the county executive and his team all the credit in the world for proposing something that we could work with. Again, I also want to thank our Audit and Finance Chairwoman and our Deputy Chair, Wanda Willingham, and all the Audit and Finance Committee for undertaking this thorough process and listening to the needs of the departments, taking painstaking efforts to make sure everyone could participate in this, it's unadvisable or unideal manner in which we need to work remotely. But I'll echo Wanda's comments. The participation was great. A lot of interest from the members and the community. And not only are we doing new things, but we're also, as Mr. Graham had mentioned, holding the line on taxes and saving a little bit of money for some folks out there for programmatic means and ways. And while we just authorized $300,000 in the previous resolution for small businesses, We're also anticipating a future need in 2021. So we're going to continue to look at that in terms of how successful or how meaningful those grants can be going forward. That's why we set aside an additional $100,000 for small business grants. And as many of you saw last week, we've kind of leaned into the law enforcement, public safety conversation in Albany County, and we're really innovators in the state of New York. Through some of the work done by Legislator Peter from Albany and some of the staff here, we're able to save county taxpayers money, hopefully, and increase public safety methods by having public safety dispatchers triage calls and avoid having sheriff's deputies have to go out on calls that are nonviolent and non-criminal in a way. So it's saving money. We're innovating on the public safety front, by sending social workers out with EMTs to connect those individuals with those services. That's why we're hiring 2 additional individuals for the Department of Mental Health to aid in that effort. All the discussion going on in 2020 amidst the pandemic on defunding the police and the interaction between police and the public, for us to get in there and flip the conversation and change the conversation into reinvesting in public safety is such a victory for all of us. And I'm really proud of it. And I think you all should be proud of that too, moving forward. We're also setting aside money for our Board of Elections. That's a conversation we've had across both the majority and minority caucus. Given all the changes that have come before us and all the reforms, we have on the Democratic side, new leadership there. So we wanted to make sure that they had the resources needed to step up and implement those reforms. And we have a good partner there, and we're looking forward to working across those lines as well. Just innovating and modernizing the same way there that we have in the legislature. And we're doing all this again without affecting the tax rate, giving everyone as much peace of mind as they can have during this time, incredibly challenging time that we're facing. I'm proud to be on the legislature. I'm proud to be working with all of you. I commend you all for an incredible job well done. And I urge you to vote yes when your name is called. Long roll call, please.
Baston,
In favor.
Broski,
Yes.
Bergdorf,
Yes.
Chapman,
Yes.
Clay,
Yes.
Clary,
Yes.
Camiso,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Demolowitz,
Yes.
Drake,
Yes.
Epicoro,
Yes.
Ether, Gill,
Is there?
Yes.
Feeney,
Yes.
Fine,
Yes.
Grimm,
Yes.
Andrew Joyce,
Yes.
Ray Joyce,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Langdon,
Yes.
Lukakis,
Yes.
Lockhart,
Yes.
Muriello,
Yes.
Mayo,
Yes.
McLaughlin,
Yes.
McLean Lane,
Yes.
Miller,
Aye.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Hurley,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Flosky,
Yes.
Reedy,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Ricard,
Aye.
Simpson,
Yes.
Tunney,
Yes.
Ward,
Yes.
Whalen,
Yes.
Willingham,
Absolutely, yes.
unanimous.
Woo!
38.
Finally, yes. Great.
Adoption of the Albany County budget for fiscal year 2021 is passed unanimous. Again, I don't want to belabor it. I want to thank you all for your hard work. The staff, Mike Morris, Eric Ford, Pat Collins, Rebecca Kennedy, Brandon Russell, everybody, incredible work that has gone on behind the scenes. They've made this all look very easy, but I promise you that it's not. So great work, everyone. Thank you. 491, please.
Appropriation of amounts contained in the 2021 Albany County budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
491 passes unanimous. For 492, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Psychiatric Group of Albany regarding psychiatric services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Number 492 passes unanimous. And before we adjourn tonight, I believe we have a Rule 11.
Chairman,
Mr. Joyce.
yes, I'd like to invoke Rule 11 to make a motion to introduce a resolution. We just had a post-public forum meeting of the Health Committee meeting to discuss it, and it received favorable recommendation. I move to add the resolution to the agenda.
You can note that it was sent to everybody.
Okay, that was all sent to your devices for those of you that use them. Okay, on the invocation of Rule 11, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the invocation
Now, that was
of Rule 11
sweet.
passes. Clerk, please read resolution number 493.
Amending the 2020 Department of Health budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 493 passes unanimous. I'm getting pointed at right here.
Second for the Rule 11.
Okay, who seconded the Rule 11 for posterity?
No one did they?
I think Mr. Ward did.
Ms. McLean Lane has her hand up, so she was seconded. Thank you.
Oh.
So that is it for everyone. That's it for tonight. Thank you very much for your participation. Thank you. Before I accept a motion to adjourn, great work, everyone. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Ricard, seconded by Mr. Peter. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great job,
Thank you,
Matt.
everyone.
Thank you so much. Couldn't have did it without you. I just want you to know that.
Wonderful work. Have a good night. Be safe, everyone.
Thanks, Wanda.
Bye.
Congratulations, Wanda.